Well, let's guess, everybody. They painted the apartment when I fucking moved here. They renovated above my head. They banged on me. They fucking did all this shit to me. Then the people moved in and they renovated for like a month and a half, bro. They screwed, they nailed, they banged. They fucking moved furniture around every day. Their fucking kids stomped on me. Listen to them scraping on my head, man. Hear that noise? I'm gonna videotape this shit, bro, all fucking day, because they're gonna do it to me all day. Not for 5 minutes, not for 10 minutes, not for 20 minutes, not for an hour. All day they're gonna do this to me. They'll keep scraping on my fucking head, bro, and they'll say, well, we're painting the apartment. Well, we're renovating the floor. Listen to that shit, bro. Why am I the one that's listening to this shit? Why is the noises always above my apartment? Why am I the one being tormented to move out of here, bro? That's what this is. This is to torment me, to make me flip out or to move. And if I don't move, they're going to keep tormenting me until I piss people off and I get evicted. So again, someone tell me why this is normal to do this to a 46-year-old grown man with a dog who works midnights, who gets laid off by his work for 3 weeks, who's broke as fuck. So everybody just gets to keep fucking bugging me? I'm not allowed to have any emotions about it. I'm not allowed to get mad about it. I'm not allowed to freak out. I'm supposed to just sitting here and pay almost $1,400 a month to have people fucking bug me, bro. Like all different kinds of people. And I'm not saying like the renovator's doing this on purpose to bother me. I'm saying how much shit can I deal with and pay $1,400 a month on my own, basically. For rent. Just for my fucking rent, dude. Not even for like, splitting bills with everybody and all my food and my car and all my expenses for the month. I'm talking about my rent alone. And I'm supposed to not get mad at all? Like, I want privacy, man. I want some kind of peace. I thought I would literally move here. It says on the sign outside, luxury apartments for rent. Fully renovated. I rented this apartment I'm in. It was brand new. She told me no one's ever lived in it. It had brand new fridge, a brand new toilet, brand new walls, brand new paint, brand new flooring, brand new shower. So again, why am I complaining? Because I didn't think they'd renovate the apartment above my head 3 different times in 3 years. I didn't think they'd fucking renovate beside me. I didn't think they'd renovate in the hallway across from me, but they did though. I thought when I moved here, all these apartments were renovated already. Do you know this apartment I'm in is not up to fire code? The guy who checks the fire alarm from the fire department told me this apartment's not up to code. I've been living in here, bro. Do you see this room right here, this wall? There's no windows in the bedroom. That's not up to fire code, man. There's no window in my fucking bathroom. What if there's a in the bathroom? People think I'm some stupid crackhead goofball, bro. Uneducated moron. My father knows the building inspectors and shit. He's the one that told me this wasn't up to code. I told him to shut up and leave me alone. Then the fireman came in here and said it's not up to code to the super in front of me. And he's like, well, it kind of is up to code. No one's really going to care. Like, he's saying it in a weird way. But it's not up to code, technically. There needs to be a window in my room, bro, in case there's a fire so I can get out of my apartment. There's supposed to be a window in the bathroom in case I'm in the shower and there's a fire and I'm stuck in the bathroom and I can't get out and I die. I don't care if there's a fucking windows in my apartment right here. What if I'm in the bathroom, bro? How do I get out? So there's a fire. I'm in the shower. The fire spreads. It's blocking my way out. What if I'm not strong enough to punch a hole through the wall? What if I trip out and I can't figure out how to get out of the bathroom because I have to punch a hole in the wall? Just like my bedroom. But I'm supposed to just sit here and suck it up, bro? Do you know there's cockroaches? My time to do all this. I didn't get any money off my bills. I didn't get nothing, bro. Like, what, am I supposed to work for the owner now if there's a cockroach problem? I had no cockroaches too, by the way. Then they sprayed for cockroaches again. They came through this hole in my wall behind my fridge, which I put putty over by now. I didn't know there's a hole in the wall behind my fridge. The fucking cockroaches came in the hole behind my fucking fridge, and they fell on the ground there, and they died. And the exterminator came in here, and they're sitting there with their little legs moving still, flat on their backs. The only place he found them, he put low activity behind his fridge. Do you see how good my memory and how fluently I'm saying all this stuff? Because it's all the fucking truth, bro. I'm not lying about it. He literally sprayed the floors upstairs, and these dirty fucks in my building who don't tell the super they have cockroaches, and they live with like 50 to 100 cockroaches that bite their dog and shit, and they don't tell anybody. And then the guy comes and sprays their apartments, and they spread their apartment and go on other people's apartments. So again, why am I not supposed to be annoyed? Do you know how much shit I'm talking, bro? What did I do to anybody? Did I just fucking live here and get mad at a certain point of after being bothered so much that I just like snap out? Everybody's like, well, fuck, that guy's fucking crazy. How am I crazy, bro? If these fucking people live in this apartment, they'd be in the fucking loony bin by now. All these people saying I'm crazy, they would literally be in the loony bin. I swear to God, they would not be able to deal with this shit, bro. Just a constant, like, you know, it's obviously not up to sound code. There's no soundproofing. I can hear everything they're doing above me. They're probably not even making a lot of noise. So someone explain to me how the fuck this is normal, bro. It's supposed to be a luxury apartment. Is there some kind of fucking soundproofing? Do you know this apartment I live in too? This is the only unit that's like my apartment. They made this apartment after the other ones. I don't know if this was like a different kind of room or what it was, but it's not soundproof properly. It's freezing in the fucking winter. My bathroom's freezing. There's no heater in my bathroom, bro. See this heater right there on the wall? That's the only heater in my whole apartment. So again, I get no window in my bathroom and no heat in my bathroom. So in the winter, when I sit on my toilet, it's like you might as well sit in the fucking snow outside, bro, with your ass cheeks. I swear to God, taking a shit in the winter in my bathroom, unless I put a space heater in there, I might as well go shit in a snowbank, bro. I can literally see my breath in the bathroom. There's a bottle of water in my bathroom that you spray mist out of. It's frozen right now. It's got ice in it, bro. So that's up the code. That's up the building code. To make a man live in the bathroom where in the winter you freeze your nuts off, bro. Every time I have a shower, I got to freeze my balls off. So I got to buy a space heater and pay extra on my electrical bills because the fucking thing has no heat in my bathroom. Do you know the hot water here was so hot, it was melting my skin off. If my mother had to come here, she would have burned herself using my water. Now they're fixing the hot water tank. Do you know they fixed the hot water tank here like 4 times now? Because some moron in the building is obviously breaking the hot water somehow. Something's breaking the hot water tanks. People wedge rocks in the door, bro. And the superintendent, the nicest lady ever, she puts a note on the door. Don't friggin' do this. The people fold the note. They do it more. They just keep putting the rock there. I came home from working midnights. Should you hear him scraping my head the whole time I'm talking to you guys? This is what I'm talking about. Like, they gotta really do that, bro? How long do they gotta do that for? Just like today or for the next week of my life? Because I'm telling the court all this shit, bro. And if I look like a psycho to the court, I'm going to tell the judge to go fuck his mother in the ass, bro. And I'm going to ask the judge, why don't you go live in that apartment building, bro? Why don't you live in that neighborhood, bro? Why don't you shut the fuck up, bro? Everybody wants to make noise at me. I'm going to make fucking noise. And you know what they're all going to do? They're going to complain. Well, that guy's crazy making noise. Well, you guys are making noise first, bro. I pay fucking rent here. Why am I the special apartment that gets to get fucking tormented, bro? And I got a fucking dog in here. My fucking dog is shaking because whatever renovating they're doing is scaring my dog, bro. How many people get to scare my dog, bro? Get what I'm saying? Like, obviously it's not on purpose. It's a point of, like, it's been all the time, dude. And, like, these people above me tormenting me for 6 months, basically, and fucked my dog up. And they finally moved and I had this peace, and now all of a sudden I'm getting annoyed again, which means they're going to rent that apartment to somebody, And there's probably going to be another weird person, bro. And they're probably going to bug me again. And if I move to any other apartment in this city, it's all weird people now, man. My city is a bunch of weirdos. This fucking neighborhood I lived in, I grew at the fucking school around the corner in fucking kindergarten, man. This neighborhood was not like this. People didn't throw garbage. I grew up in this fucking neighborhood as a little kid. My father worked at the Norton my whole life, man. My father worked at the Norton. He retired from the Norton. Then he worked for the fucking Region for fucking like 15 years. It's not like I'm a goof, bro. My fucking uncle owns a muffler shop in Niagara Falls. My cousin works there. My fucking nephew works there. I've had so many jobs for people who own mass shit in the city and they have mass money. They're respected by people. They wouldn't hire me if I was fucking insane, bro. You know what that feels like when a bunch of fucking weirdos are calling you weird to the superintendent? It's like, no, why don't they shut up, bro? How am I weird? Because I'm mad about garbage being thrown in my face? Because I'm mad about someone throwing half joints to hurt my dog, bro? Yeah, I'm mad. I was just fucking sleeping. I got woken up. I had my head scraped off. I went to bed at like 7 in the morning because I was suffocating when I got home from work. It felt like someone was crushing my lungs to death. It's the second time that's happened to me in 5 days because where I work, the hydro company sprays these chemicals on everything. And I have to sit in the fucking room, bro. And the other day when I went to work, I smelled this chemical shit. And then all of a sudden, I feel like I'm suffocating. Today, I don't feel like that. So someone want to tell me that's not from the hydro station? Why did that happen to me yesterday? Get what I mean? That's why I didn't go to bed last night when I got home. My back felt like my spine was getting ripped off. And every time I touched it, I was going like... my lungs were killing me. It felt like someone went like that, man, on each side of me. Like, blah. You know, I know when I yell like this and I do all this shit, it's making me an idiot, bro. And all these people are going to stick together if I go to court, and they're going to say, well, that guy, he's out of control yelling at people, bro. He's just out of control. I do once a week, bro, to pick up garbage for the owner of the building outside. I'm not allowed to. Then I'm like, well, I'll do it for free. They're like, yeah, sure, you can do it for free. But I wasn't allowed to do it for $10, bro. Once a week off my rent or something. But I could do it for free. Why would I do it for free? You know what I'm saying? They literally, every day I go to work, some weirdo here throws something by the door I go out. And if I videotape it for YouTube, how am I going to prove it, man? It's just going to make it look like I'm throwing shit there to make content on somebody. Be like, oh, look, there's more garbage. Okay, the only way to film it is to catch the person doing it. Like, that's never going to happen. They wait till I go to fucking work, bro. Like, the person's a weirdo. I'll go let my dog outside and walk up the road the other way. When I come back, there's a rock wedged in the door. Because I get mad about it and I yell at the rock. And then I take the rock out the door and I put it by where all the fucking rock's supposed to go. By the people's windows. It's landscape rocks. Like little rocks. And someone takes it and wedges it in the door. So she put a note in the door. Don't do that. So they do it twice as much. The other day I sprained my ankle on the rock at 3 in the morning or something. Or no, sorry, 11:30 at night when I got home from work. I sprained my fucking ankle, man. So you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously the superintendent and her son and all these renovating people are not bothering me on purpose. It's a point of like, fuck, bro, this place is crazy weird. I feel like I'm in a fucking circus sideshow of bullshit, bro. Not to mention, I've lived in houses with my family. My dad owns houses. I've lived in houses. I'm used to privacy, bro. I've lived in so many apartments, and I've not had one apartment where people bug me this much in my whole life, bro. I lived on Prospect Street apartments. I lived on Atlantis Avenue, geared to income townhouses for like crazy people when I was little. I lived there with my mother. I've lived in apartments with my girlfriends. I've rented townhouses with my girlfriend. I've rented houses with girls. I've lived in houses with all my friends and shit when I was younger. I've lived a lot of places, bro. I'm kind of old. I'm in my 40s. It's not like I'm fucking 20. I'm 40-something years old. I've lived a long time, bro. That's why I make these dumb videos. It's not like I have no knowledge. I have lots of life experiences. I drove a taxi, bro. One of the hardest jobs to fucking do, you know? One of the jobs that makes you smart. You learn a lot. You meet a lot of different people if you pay attention. You know, most taxi drivers are smart people. They're not stupid. You can't really drive taxi for years and not get hurt by somebody if you're stupid. I would have got hurt by people if I was an asshole, you know? They would have said, fuck that guy. People told me I was one of the nicest people they ever met. I was one of the best car drivers, like person driving them around. They felt safe. And blah, 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 bro. And it's not like I had a job every 20 minutes driving taxi. It was so busy when I started doing that. I could drive in the casino and there'd be a lineup of people, bro. And I would drive into the Sundowner. There'd be people at the Sundowner. They'd get in my taxi. I'd go back to the casino. Then people would get in my taxi. I'd get my point. I was making mass money, dude. People would tip me like $20 sometimes after I drive them somewhere for 5 minutes. Okay, I get 40% of whatever I made. Okay, it was 60-40. And then if I made more than $150 on my sheet, my boss would pay me 50-50. And my boss paid all the gas money. Okay, so when I did that job, about 8 other people got jealous. They started other cab companies. They ruined our money, bro. I didn't make any more money. Then they opened that stupid Uber shit. Okay, so when they opened the Uber things, I was going to go back to driving taxi. And I said, I'm not doing that anymore, that job. And a lot of these cab companies don't exist anymore. Because they don't make money, bro. And I mean, if I'm not allowed to make a YouTube video and yell the way I did on camera and shit, but people can crank their fucking music in their apartments and fucking their kids can go by my door and go, because that's what some kids were doing before to make my dog bark. They're weird, man. And I thought it was gross. It was like a little girl doing it. And she kept fucking doing it for a while. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why does that chick keep doing that? And then all of a sudden, this little girl was hanging around with that little boy from the family that lived above me that was bugging me. Because when they got evicted, they moved into the apartment with these people down the hall from me. And the super said, they're not supposed to do that. I'm the one that told her. I'm like, that lady's living down the hall from me in somebody else's apartment. And then what they would do is they'd walk by my thing with like 5 little kids and this lady and make noises. And she would yell their name from like way at the end of the hall when they were by my door. And then right when she got in front of my door, she'd yell at them in Ukrainian. And then when I was going to work before, after this lady knew I had some issue with them, she kept trying to talk to me, man. And she's like, what happened? What happened? What happened? And I'm like filming something. And I'm like, I'm making a video. Don't talk to me. What are you talking about? I was filming all the mosquitoes stuck on my screen because their air conditioner above me was leaking like a cup of water on my head, bro. Like nonstop. Like not a drip every once in a while. Like a constant flow of water. It ended the friggin' ground outside. Then all of a sudden there's mosquito larvae and those stupid sweat flies. And then I got green fungus growing on the rocks by my window. And then I read online that an old air conditioner that drips water like that contains high lead and all this weird shit in it, and ion something, and it causes a skin disease, and it can cause breathing issues. It can cause mold. It causes all this bad shit, bro. And that shit was dripping on me. And you know what happened? All the skin on my face, around my eyes, underneath. I have YouTube. You can watch my YouTube videos from when these people are bugging me. I had a skin disease on my face from their fucking air conditioner, bro. I have a skin disease on my arm a long time ago. Right here, the guy's air conditioner water dripped on my skin. I was getting my charger. The next day, I got like this red mark there. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I had a shower and I washed my arm. And then like 2 days later, there's a scab there. There's still a fucking mark on me. I have a scar, bro. That's from the guy's water from his air conditioner dripping on me. Obviously, I had a tarp with my charger and a tarp, and their water would go all over my shit. And I would touch my charger the next day. And I thought about this after. I was probably getting that water on my skin, and I'm not washing my hands because I didn't really know it was hurting me. I thought it's just like some stupid air conditioner water. You know, even when those people found out I was parking my bike here, and I told my mother on my phone, because I swear, those people up there, even when I'm talking like this, they can hear me talking to you, the renovator guy. So you're telling me that's a normal apartment, bro? I'm not even yelling right now. So imagine when I yell a bit or something. You could probably hear me all the way from a mile away. But I've heard other people yell all the time in here. I hear their kids and shit. They crank music. Since I started yelling to myself in these videos, people started being quiet in my hallway. They don't bother me no more. Before I was being noisy like this, everybody was like being weird, man, like noisy as fuck all the time. I gotta show you guys my window, bro. These windows are brand new when I moved here, dude. Look at all the dirt on that shit, dude. I'm saying, see how it's all mud right there? Obviously, that's from my e-bike a little bit. See the winds? That's from that fucking 3i Atlas thing going by. Fucking world. There's two of those fucking things now, man. But anyway, see how I had to park my bike? They had their air conditioner, dude, and dripping, and my father kept saying, well, put a tarp on your bike. And I'm like, whatever, it's like stupid bike. So it drip on the charger. I have to put a bag on it like that, right? So then it kept getting water on my charger. I had to put a tarp on it too. Then this kid, their kids, see like behind my bike, this balcony, he put two bicycles right there. And he put his bicycle tire behind my tire in a way that I couldn't even back my bike out to be able to roll it out to get to work, man. I had to like do this stupid, like lift the back end up and wiggle it, move it. And then you see the eaves trough thing there, the windowsills. Then what happened was I come home and the kids, there's two kids' bikes, right? One of them was knocked over into my windowsill where it looked like the handlebar barely missed hitting my window when I was at work. They're just playing stupid games, you know, like just trying to make me paranoid because my dog's in here that I'm going to go to work one day and the window's going to be broke when I get home. Or someone's going to steal my dog, you know? Like, I think that all the time, man, that someone's going to try to break in and steal my dog because so many people around here don't like me now. Because I literally tried to stand up for people and try to not, like, you know, respectful and shit, dude. Like, the whole garbage thing and picking that up was to protect other people's dogs, bro. Like, they're throwing half joints in the middle of the sidewalk and all kinds of things that hurt animals. Alcohol, chocolate. Not only like the chocolate wrapper, but the kid will literally like suck on the chocolate and spit it on the sidewalk. And those stupid like Jolly Rancher candies, someone like spit one on the sidewalk and it was hard as rock. And my dog tried to eat it, bro. Dog gets stuck in her throat. I can list the things my dog's eaten since I bought it. She eats rabbit poop. When I first got her, she would eat her own dog poop as a puppy. I got so mad, dude, and I could not make her stop doing it. And I went to the vet, and I said, why does my dog keep eating dog poop? So I got this powder shit, and he's like, put it on her food, and it'll make her she won't want to eat poop no more. So I tried that. The dog still eats poop. And I kept eating other people's dog poop outside. And I kept this one on for over a year, dude. The dog does not eat dog shit no more, really. But she'll still eat rabbit shit. Like, I don't get it, bro. Like, if I'm walking and there's a pile of rabbit poop, the dog will eat it like it's dog food, dude. She tries eating bird feathers. She tries eating, like, any kind of, like, if this guy brushes a dog down the hallway and he throws all the hair for the bird nest outside. Like, you know how people do that? But I'm in an apartment building, dude. But he'll brush his huskies and throw their hair everywhere in the neighborhood in the grass. And it looks gross. And then my dog walks in and it gets stuck on her and she tries to eat it. So again, why would I get mad about that? It's not the guy's backyard outside. It's the freaking neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It's a neighborhood, but he acts like it's his backyard. And he's allowed to just put like his dog's husky hair everywhere because he's trying to let the birds make a bird nest. You know what I'm saying? The dogs don't need his husky hair to make a bird nest. They can use leaves and things in nature, bro. Like a bird. Because my brother does that at his house. He fucking was brush his dog and put the hair in his backyard. And there's this nice Asian family beside him where he lives. And I said, don't do that. It's blowing in the man's yard. He's got a vegetable garden. He has a very nice backyard. Why are you doing that? And he's like, oh, he doesn't care. The birds just come get it. But the guy probably didn't care, bro. Speaking of hair, those people that lived above me, the kid would take hair out of his mother's brush, or someone did, and they'd throw a clump of human hair about this fat around behind my bike tire, about about this far behind my bike tire. You can't even see what the fuck I'm doing. That far, literally. A big ball of hair about that fat around. Like, you know, if you brush your hair for a week or two and you're a woman with long hair. So what I think was happening was this stupid kid fucking go to school every day on his bike, and he would pull his mom's hair or his sister's hair out of their comb once a week and throw it in a clump of fucking ball by my bike. Then one time, there's hair wrapped around the hub fucking thing in the back, bro. I had to take a screwdriver and scrape the hair out of my hub rim thing that spins around in the back. It had human hair stuck in it. So the first time the kid did that, I got so mad, I took a stick and I stabbed a clump of hair and I picked it up and I'm like, ugh, fucking human hair. And I like fucking threw it and I kicked it with my rubber boots and like it went flying. And I made a point of like, I'm going to say like, yo, fuck this, whoever did this to me. So how does that make me a weirdo, bro? That I do that to make the person who did that to me like hear me that I'm mad about it. And to try to intimidate them to not do that. That's why I do that shit. I swear to God, man, I thought if I yelled at garbage outside, I would intimidate weirdos to be afraid of me to not throw garbage anymore. And all it literally did was counterproductive, like made it worse, dude. So instead of them being afraid of me, they just make fun of me and think it's funny. And they're like, haha, when he goes to work, man, every time he goes to work, we're going to get him. We're going to get him now, guys, real good. Like, what is wrong with these people, bro? Gonna get me real good how? Like, why? Everybody think it's normal that the hot water tank keeps breaking where I live, bro? So I can talk from one subject to 100 other ones. It don't matter, bro. Get it? This is content for YouTube. Remember when I was yelling earlier, guys? This is a YouTube. This is a YouTube video. None of that yelling is real. So if anybody says I'm yelling at the renovator, if the renovator tells the super he's yelling at me yesterday, no, I wasn't. I'm making a YouTube video about my life, bro. That means everything that happens in my life. That means if I don't want to be annoyed by somebody, I'm going to yell about it. Until someone tells me not to yell in here, I'm going to get evicted. Then I'll shut up. No one's ever told me to shut up once. No one's ever given me a warning that I'm crazy and I'm scaring people. So what is it? Just like I don't get to get a warning. I just get an eviction notice one day, because that's what's going to happen next. I'm ready for all this shit, bro. I have a lawyer. I'm going to go to the Landlord-Tenant Act if I get an eviction notice. I swear to God, bro. I've not done nothing wrong in this place to anybody. I've literally got mad at weirdos. How is that wrong, bro? So I just live in a building full of weirdos, saying that I'm a weirdo? What is that about? I'm not a fucking weirdo, bro. I'm a fucking grown man who wants privacy. That's, you know what I mean? Like when you're in an apartment and you're a grown-up, you're entitled to a certain extent of privacy, bro. Do you know in the law, you're not allowed to renovate above somebody so much. You're not allowed to renovate constantly in apartment buildings around people. That's been done to me. I'll admit the last like 8 months or whatever, it hasn't been done to me. But when I moved here, I was told it was renovated. I didn't think I was going to get renovated on, but I got renovated on a lot. I got really mad too. And it never stopped for like 7 months. They were renovating. And renovating and renovating. I got lied to, get it? They lied to me first, bro. They drew first blood, not me. Get it? Those people moved in above me and drew first blood. They just kept tormenting me. I let them get away with it for 3 weeks. I started raising my voice a little bit. Then 2 months went by. I started yelling at them. Leave me the fuck alone. Stop banging the wall at me. That was after they banged the wall at me for like 4 hours straight, by the way. It's not like they just went. And I'm like, what the fuck? No. They would do this for fucking hours, bro. Every day for weeks and weeks until I got mad. That's how much patience I have. And the entire time they were doing that, my dog would be hiding under the box spring of my bed and shaking. And I would say, Felcor, it's okay, come out. And I would take biscuits and I'd hold the biscuit by the box spring. Not to mention on the box spring I'm talking about, there's a pond that goes outside with no water in it as like decoration in my living room. And I have driftwood on it and all my artwork and a bunch of rocks and epoxy and all this stuff. And the dog was climbing under there. Because of those people above me being so crazily loud, rolling things and banging and scaring my dog. I don't sit in here every day and bang my ceiling at them when they lived up there. I never banged the ceiling at them once. I swear to God, bro. I wanted to. When the guy was banging my head off all day, I wanted to sit in here with a fucking broomstick. And every time he banged, I wanted to bang the ceiling at him. But I didn't do that. Because he would have went and cried about it like a little girl to the super that I'm doing something to him. Those people literally moved in there and screwed things on the walls. It was a brand new apartment. They destroyed the apartment, obviously. They're up there renovating. They did shit to the apartment up there to break it. They only lived there for 6 months, dude. The fuck? It's almost like I'd rather live in a fucking tent and work 2 full-time jobs and keep all my fucking money for 5 years and be a fucking rich motherfucker later, bro. I'm at that point. Why am I paying rent here? I could save that money every month, $1,400, and keep it. That's more than $15,000 in 1 year, dude. How much money is that in 5 years? Just from not paying my rent, bro. And if I had 2 jobs, I'd be able to save $1,000 on top of that. And I'd have mass money to buy shit and clothes, nice clothes. I'd get a gym pass to shower there. I could just live in a tent, which would suck ass. But again, why am I thinking that paying rent to live here and be in this situation is any better than what the fuck I just said, bro? A fucking homeless guy has more money than me. And I work full time, basically, bro. And everybody's like that, basically. Like, most people have no money when they get paid. They get paid, and they go, oh, I'm going to pay my car insurance. I'm going to get, I need to save money for gas for my car. Maybe they smoke cigarettes. They need cigarettes. They need to pay their bills. They need food. Get it? And on top of all this, now you have the internet where everybody on the internet wants you to pay them a subscription fee. And they're like, oh, it's only $10 a month to be like an Amazon Prime member, so I have that, right? Then you got YouTube. Well, you pay us this and you don't have to watch ads anymore. So most people do that, you know, because it's only like 10 or 12 bucks. But then what that's doing is it's hurting people like content creators that aren't popular trying to get ad revenues because there's less ad revenues on YouTube now. YouTube's less inclined to pay you for ad revenues because people are paying him subscription fees, bro. And you know what that does too? It says, yo, when you make a shorts video, it says promote my short. Why do I want to pay you to show my short when I'm not even monetized, bro? I do not even have super chat, YouTube. Why am I going to promote my shorts video, which probably, by the way, unless I promote it a lot and pay a lot of money, it's not going to get me any more fucking view counts. So someone tell me how this world's not gone nuts, bro. And they're all saying I'm weird and I yell. Everybody wants me to literally give my money to them and wants money for something from me that they don't deserve money for. Everybody's like, yo, go online and play video games. You can earn like $5 an hour on their gay ad or whatever. You make like $1 an hour, bro. The only way to make money doing that is if you had 10 or 15 tablets and you had them all like glued to a piece of wood, like 10 or 15 tablets, and you're on all different video game playing websites and you have them all set up, right? And you're like, boink, 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 boink on the things. Because most of those games are push to roll, like that Dice Dreams game that they pay you money to play. Let's push a thing and roll. And then you gotta wait a sec. And then they show you these stupid ads all the time. So as the stupid ads are going on the one tablet, you're pushing the other ones. So that way you might actually be able to make $1 an hour times 10 or 15 tablets. Yeah, then you might make money, bro. But then again, you need unlimited Wi-Fi access. You need to have wicked good Wi-Fi where you can hook all the tablets up to it via fucking Bluetooth or whatever the fuck you do. And then you got to spend time playing video games all day, which you're not going to want to do probably, most people. You're not going to want to watch all those ads. Then you're going to have to get brain rot from all the ads showing, so you're going to have to turn the sound off on them. It's just a world we're in, bro. A bunch of people who just do the stupidest shit to get money now, and a bunch of people who have a lot of money trying to offer you money but never giving you any, and then expecting them to pay you subscription fees. Like, you make music online now, they want you to pay them to promote your music. And then they want to pay you like 2,000 plays, you get like $2, bro. Wow. Gee, guys, I wonder if Metallica would have been happy a long time ago when they sold 2,000 albums, and the company that does it is like, okay, guys, you made $2. Way to go. Like all those one-hit wonder people from back in the day, and they'd make the little tape cassettes, and they'd put 2 songs on it. Like Vanilla Ice and all those fucking weird people, right, that nobody talks about anymore. And they'd make the tapes a long time ago. A lot of people know what I'm talking about. They never made no fucking $2 every like time that people bought 2,000 of the tapes. They made like millions of dollars, bro. It's like everybody's flipped everything opposite and everything's twice expensive to fucking live. How does that make any sense? So everything's way more money to live nowadays, but nobody wants to pay me to do anything for things like acting or things where you can actually make a lot of money, you know? There's so many actors now and so many people making movies that there's not even famous people anymore. Where's there an Arnold Schwarzenegger, man? Out of the new generation of actors, okay? I don't even know any of their names, basically. I don't care about any of them. There's not like any like Sylvester Stallones, Whitney Houston's, Oprah Winfrey's, Jerry fucking Springer, Tom Green, like all those kind of people. It's not like because I'm old, bro. It's like these famous actors from a long time ago have YouTube channels because they're so hurting to get work, bro. I'm saying they're so hurting to get work because you can make a movie now using AI. Some little kid can make a movie if he had good enough program on his computer at his house. So why am I going to pay a bunch of actors when I can make movies with fucking artificial intelligence now? If I had a good program, I wouldn't even need to hire actors, bro. Get an AI can replace fucking voiceover people for animated movies soon. So now they hire the famous actor and he does a voiceover for some Disney movie. They won't need to do that in the future, bro. It'll be AI shit. Right? All the jobs in the future will be artificial intelligence run. So, you know, if they want to make the world artificial intelligent run and everybody to exist on Wi-Fi and to earn money online, they could at least make it so it's reasonable ways to make money online instead of just a lucky few get to make money. Right? And the rest get tormented. The rest get to be like brainwashed to think they're going to make money but never make any money, right? So that's all. The government wants me to work online. Where do I make money online, bro? I'm not the only one saying this shit, dude. I could put something on Amazon right now. No one's going to buy it. It's going to sit on there forever, dude. So how's that an extra like $50 a month if I sell something? No one's going to buy it. How can I open a landscape company in my city when there's about 50 landscape companies? Half of them are just don't know what they're doing. They just go register a business license. It's not regulated, you know? And then they're like, yo, I'm a landscaper. And they tell everybody lies, bro. And then they go and they start landscaping. And they tell people, yeah, I know how to do a garden, bro. I know how to do sod. And they literally just teach themselves as they're doing it. But they lie about it. They're like, yeah, I've done this before. This goes for the roads in the cities now, the way they pave the roads. The quality of it sucks, bro. The road's always like fucking going like this, bro. They paved this road in my city. It's like, you're like fucking bouncing still after because the asphalt is so stupid they use now and cheap as fuck. And then all the young people who are doing it don't know what they're doing. They just act like they do. You know what I mean? They go to school for a year. They get some dumb degree on, like, I know how to do this construction shit. And then all the old generation of men who actually know what the fuck they're doing are dying off. They're not training the young people properly. The young people are either being trained online on their computer, or they're going to some stupid school where nobody knows how to build roads. They just like going by technical book shit. You have to like have experience, bro. So that's literally why the quality of the roads suck now. If the quality of everything's going down, so literally quality of living is going up, where everything's better, it's easier, there's better technology. But then quality of living in like a way of like having any money and being happy is going down because people are antisocial. And nobody's educated anymore. And nobody really has values and morals anymore. A lot of people who are younger to even give a shit about if the road's all fucking bumpy. They don't care. They should care, bro. I think they should care about garbage outside too. It's depressing. It ruins the community. They should care about all the fentanyl, crystal meth crackheads everywhere. It's fucking ugly. It's insulting to God, bro. It insults society. It insults all the elderly people who cared a long time ago, who lived in Niagara Falls my whole life. And now it's a bunch of like drug addicts scaring them, man. I can make videos for 10 hours ranting about 50 billion different things, and I could never stop talking about it, and I would still have more shit to talk about. Okay, this is my truther live stream, the truther rant of bullshit annoyance. I'm going to end it. I'm going to start a new one, because last time I made one of these, YouTube deleted on me. YouTube doesn't like me